Is there a pattern to the problems Honda have been having in this first half of the year?
Yeah, it's all been focused on the MGUH, which is the hybrid system, a motor, a generator that's mounted to the turbocharger. So it's spinning at 125,000 RPM.
H for heat, right?
H for heat, yes. Although it doesn't actually work on heat, it still works on kinetic energy, but just to separate it from the the KERS style energy recovery system. And this has always been a very hard part to engineer. And I think Honda have now got to the point where they've got this worked out. So they've got the turbo.
But why is it so difficult compared with
because you've got
with KERS?
Well, because
KERS.
So this is ERS-H,
yes,
and then you've got ERS-K, which is the old KERS, which is what we all kind of understand. The problem
why is it so complicated?
The two key reasons. One is it's mounted deep inside the V of the engine, so it gets very hot. It's in very close proximity to the turbocharger, which means the exhaust, things get very hot. And then just the speed it runs at. So the K motor generator runs at about a third of the engine speed, so it's much, much slower, 5,000 RPM, something like this. Whereas the one that's mounted directly to the turbo, as I said, spins it up to 125,000 RPM. Probably around a lap, never less than 100,000 RPM it's spinning at. So when you've got that mix of high rotational speed, lots of electricity cycling through it, and a hot environment, it's very hard to make the insulation and the bearings and the cooling all work.
But did any of the other manufacturers have a similar problem for a short period of time?
Yeah, I mean, Renault had issues. Ferrari initially had issues.
But how long did the Ferrari issue last?
Well, we knew Ferrari got their engine worked out within a year, so their second generation engine in 2015 had got all of that worked out.
And did they move it? Is that how they solved the problem?
No, they still have theirs in the same relative position. And to be honest, all of them, the not the K, the H, I'm getting myself confused, all sits within the V of the engine. It's the natural place for it to sit.
Right.
But
when I say move it, I meant even slightly, just to try to improve heat.
Because we've never really been able to get clear sight of exactly where they're mounted. You're never entirely sure. But, it's all about managing the cooling and then the bearings and the casings. And Honda just really struggled with this one. I think the rest of the engine now is probably up on a par. So I think now that they've got those reliability issues and they can start to push the vibration issues from the early season have been solved with a new V6 engine. So they should now start, theoretically, to make progress. But we said this at the end of last year, so you're never entirely sure where Honda are going to go with things.